Today we're going to talk about the essentials of exercise as it relates to staying energized so that you can always continue to be effective in the church and in the ministry. I'm Pastor Keith. Welcome to another episode of A Pastor's Posture. Today's episode is about 5 basic elements, 5 basic things that you can do to maintain great posture, keep your core intact, and get some great exercise in 15 minutes doing 5 basic things. Pastors are known for standing long periods of time while everyone else in the congregation sits down. Pastors are also accustomed to being invited and participating in events where there's lots of food served, so we get our share of meals. But for some, overeating can become a routine and a problem. So in today's episode, I'm going to show you 5 basic exercises that you can do to stay energized so that you can keep your core intact, maintain great posture, so that you can always be effective leading the church and in the various ministries that you're involved in. Let's get started. Let me remind you that everyone's body style is different. So the same exercises that work for someone else may not work for you. The goal is very simple: to find what works for you. I also want to point out that there are people with high metabolisms who can naturally eat a lot of food without gaining much weight. The number one basic exercise that I recommend that you can do to help keep your core intact, to maintain great cardio, and to do wonders for your upper body and your lower body is jump rope. Number 1 is jump rope. Any cardio is great, but jump rope is one of my all-time favorites. Jump rope is a classic, and it's fantastic for helping to move any fat that you may have stored around your midsection. It's great for strengthening your wrists and your forearms, and it's super supportive for your posture. Always remember that no matter what exercise you do, you need to wear the most comfortable shoes that you possibly can. Get some great shoes because it will make a world of difference. When you're starting jump rope, it doesn't matter how many sets you do. What I suggest is that you try and get 25 rope rotations in each and every single set as a starter. Then you can work your way up from there. The rope rotations are simple. You simply hold the jump rope in your hand. Make sure that you have enough lead on the rope so it doesn't get caught up under your shoes. So again, most importantly, make sure you have enough lead on your rope so it doesn't get caught up under your shoes. If you've ever noticed in any of the video that I film, there's typically some stairs in the background. I live in a 4-level residence, so I climb those stairs pretty much throughout the day. But when I feel my body needs more of a workout than those stairs at my home can provide, I come outside to the nature trails where there are hills and valleys and plenty of stairs to climb. My favorite way of doing stair climbing is at any sports field or stadium. Now you can select the stairs at office towers or apartment complexes, but my favorite way of doing stair climbing is at any stadium or sports field, where they normally have a field, bleachers on both sides, and typically there are stairs in the middle of those bleachers that you can walk up and down. But being outside gives you the added benefit of having fresh air, and there's nothing that can compare to that. I also recommend that you walk the stairs of your state capitol building, because typically they have long stairways that you can utilize to get your exercise on and to stay energized. Your legs are the most important part of your physique when it comes to fitness. Without strong legs, at some point, the rest of your body will suffer. Again, pastors tend to stand for long periods of time while everyone else in the congregation or at an event are sitting down. To keep your legs strengthened during such times, try running or walking or jogging or stair climbing. or using a treadmill at home, or even a stationary bike. Join the gym. Just get up and do something, because all of it can help in some small way. And combined, all of those exercises will help you with your core, your posture, and great cardio is key in doing any exercise. Get that heart rate up. Most people who know me know that I typically walk for miles at a time. And at one point in my recent past, I even cycled miles at a time. I lived in a community that was 12.5 miles from downtown. So I would start on my bike at my house, make it downtown 12.5 miles, get some water, get hydrated, turn around, make the 12.5 mile trek back home. And I typically did that about 4 days a week, so I was cycling about 100 miles a week. But these days, I'm 51, and I understand the importance of maintaining my knees. So walking is my preferred method of travel. But I don't just do any kind of walking. When I'm walking, I try and do distance walking. I start off a mile at a time, and I may walk a mile and run the next mile, or run a mile and walk a mile. And that is what I call run one, walk one, or walk one, run one. It's the most effective thing that I've found for me that works to help keep my heart rate up and to keep my core balanced, keep my posture great, and to keep my legs strengthened. I suggest you go find a track. Go to a local college or to a local high school and use their track where they have a full oval, and I suggest you run one straight, walk the curve, run another straight, walk the curve. That'll give you a full oval, and I do that as much as I possibly can. So again, number 1 is jump rope, number 2 is stair climbing, and number 3 is track. Another great exercise that I've done over the last 30 years is power leg lifts. Number 4 on this list of 5 is power leg lifts. Let me demonstrate. This is a high intensity motion exercise that, when done properly, can help you accomplish a lot. So number 4 on this list of 5 is power leg lifts. In addition to moving your legs at a high rate of speed, it also engages your core, elevates your heart rate, and help keeps your lower body strengthened for your journey. An alternative to power leg lift, if you can't do it, is leg weights. In 1976, when I was in junior high school, a coach who recruited me to play basketball gave me the greatest tip for leg strength that I ever could have asked for. It was the beginning of summer vacation, and his tip was very simple. He said if I wanted to jump higher by the time school started back in the fall, to just wear a pair of leg weights. He told me to wear them to do everything but bathe and shower. And I did. I took his advice, and I wore a pair of leg weights that entire summer for about 20 hours a day, and Coach was absolutely spot on. By the time school started back that fall, I was finally, for the first time in my life, able to dunk a basketball. Now I'm only 6 feet tall, but wearing leg weights gave me the ability to jump higher than anybody else on the team. I started blocking everybody's shot. And it was then that I knew that these leg weights are probably the most valuable tool in keeping my lower body and my legs strengthened than anything else on the planet. I became captain of the basketball team and quickly earned the respect of all the other players. Wearing leg weights also helped me to become the most agile, and it helped my participation in other sports because I also played football and I also played baseball. More than anything I've ever done, leg weights helped my participation in other sports. I like these type of leg weights. The ones that have pockets in the back where you can actually open the pockets and take out a specific amount of weight that you want. For example, this is a 10-pound weight, and each of these elements inside the weight is a pound apiece. So you can actually increase the weight or decrease the weight according to your growth. And when I first started, I started with simply a 5-pound weight and did that a month, added another pound to 6 pounds and did that a month, all the way up until I got to 10 pounds, and it worked very well for me. Number 5, in this 5 basic elements of making sure that you get lower body exercise and upper body exercise, is push-ups. Since my early teens, I've been doing regular push-ups. I tried to maintain a schedule over the years, but that's not what worked for me. What does work for me is when I incorporate push-ups into my writing schedule. For example, when I'm writing a book, which I try and do once a quarter these days, every single time I complete a chapter or even a page, I reward myself with a set of push-ups. Typically, I try and do 8 push-ups per set. Push-ups help me maintain a strong upper body, but it's especially helpful in keeping my hands and my wrist and my forearms strengthened because I do a lot of typing. I like using these to do my push-ups. When I'm doing push-ups, I start in the center, I work my way out to shoulder width, and if I really want to target my chest area, I push these out at least another 2 inches on each side so I can target the spread in my chest. So there you have it. 5 simple exercises that you can do to stay energized and be more effective in your walk, along your journey, and as you lead the church and in the various ministries that you're involved in. Again, number 1 is jump rope. Number 2 is stair climbing. Number 3 is track. Number 4 is power leg lifts with an alternative to number 4 being leg weights. And then number 5, well, that's push-ups. And let me remind you that when you're doing any kind of exercise, for example, if you start on a Monday and work your upper body, do your lower body the next day, Tuesday. Come back on Wednesday for your upper body. Go back to your lower body on Thursday. Make sure you alternate those days so that in between each workout day, you give your upper body or your lower body a chance to rest. So get out there and get your workout on. I'm in the process of trying to lose 20 pounds, and by the end of this year, it's September right now, but I will accomplish that goal. Get up, get out there, and get your workout and your exercise on. If you're a pastor, you understand what I'm talking about. You're always standing up, and everybody else in the congregation is sitting down. You're always busy, while everybody else in the congregation typically goes home. You need exercise more than anyone. But even if you're not a pastor, get up, get out there, get excited, get active, get energized, and stay with that exercise. And eventually, trust me, it will pay off. In the next episode, I focus on hydration as well as nutrition, because it doesn't matter how much exercise you do or how much working out that you do if you don't stay properly hydrated and eat the right foods. I'm Pastor Keith. Thanks for watching another episode of A Pastor's Posture. May God bless you, and may He keep you today and always. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.